Yeah, today's a good day. This doesn't happen all the time. We got a WWE legend in the house.
Oh, my God. The mouth of the South. Jimmy Hart in the house. What's up, man?
This is unbelievable. My new tag team, the U-Haul brothers. I like you. Because after they see us wrestle, we're all going to U-Haul it out of town, right?
What have you been up to, man?
Wow. Well, you know what? We've had a pretty crazy year. I've got a brand new beach bar in Daytona Beach, Florida called Jimmy Hart's Hall of Fame Bar and Tiki Deck. We just had ODB, one of the lady wrestlers.
Love her barbecue sauce.
Yeah, very good. She's joining us down there. She's putting our little restaurant part together for us. And big, sexy Kevin Nash, by the way, is coming by this week to watch Raw and SmackDown with us because he lives in Daytona Beach, too. Yeah. But, it's been a great year. We just had a brand new action figure just came out on Mattel for WWE. And we got an unbelievable section in the brand new encyclopedia for WWE. So other than that, man, everything's been great.
Man, that is awesome. Now, I got to ask you, talking action figures, obviously you've had them before. What's it like to be immortalized in an action figure? Because I don't know if I'll ever get that.
You won't.
Well, you might. If I manage you guys, we might get us a deal. You never know. But you know what? It's kind of crazy. To this day, I thought I would never be in this business. I started with a musical group called the Gentrys before you guys were born back in the 60s. We had a $1 million seller called Keep On Dancing. And we toured with Dick Clark, and we did Hullabaloo and Shindig, a lot of shows that not on anymore, but used to be on. And it was a great run. And then Jerry, the King of Lawler, and I went to school together at Tribal High School in Memphis. And the next thing you know, I'm cutting an album with him. And the next thing you know, I'm managing Jerry in Memphis, Tennessee. And then 5 years later, I get the magic phone call from the WWE about going and appearing on WrestleMania. And the rest is history.
Dang. So it accelerated really fast for you. And I want to talk to you about the music because the other day I was flipping through the music of WCW on Spotify or something, and you had a writing credit on every single one of those songs. You've written a lot of wrestling themes in your day.
Well, we were so blessed when I first came up there and did the first WrestleMania. I met Cyndi Lauper and her manager, Dave Wolf, and he remembered us on the Gentrys and what we had done with that. And he said, have you got a song for the album? I said, well, I've got one called Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield. And we put that on the album. Then it led to the second album with honky-tonk stuff and everything. But we've been lucky, me and my partner. We wrote a lot of songs, Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream.
Yeah.
Wolfpack by Nash and Hall.
All right.
We've had, of course, Hulk's American Made, the one we used for WCW, and the Road Warriors theme, What a Rush, Hart Foundation, Road to Destruction, and all of Honky Tonk Man's greatest hits, A Hunk, Honky Love, and Honky Dog Baby. And Randy and Liz's wedding song. So we've been blessed by doing those. Altogether, I think, with the Nitro Girls and WCW and Vince's, probably about 90-something different songs that we had written.
Wow. And that's crazy because everybody knows you, with the megaphone and just being the mouth. And I don't think anybody really realized that you contributed that much behind the scenes.
Well, back in the day, it was kind of hard to say Jimmy Hart wrote the song that the guy we're fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was kind of behind closed doors. Now everything's kind of out in the open about everything. But like I said, it's been a crazy ride, man. Who'd ever think from Treadwell High School in Memphis, and all of a sudden you're in wrestling, and all of a sudden you're in music, and all of a sudden you're back in wrestling and music. And, it's so funny. I was talking to Jericho not long ago, and, of course, Jericho's got the band, Fonzie and everything. And I said, it's so funny. Everybody in wrestling wants to be in music. Everybody in music wants to be in wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's crazy like that. But we've had a great run.
Yeah, now do you have anything coming up with the WWE that you're going to get back involved with or anything?
Well, I have a couple of things that I can't mention right now.
Of course. It always goes like that.
But I know it does. Dadgummit. But we're on the Legends contract with them, so we still go out and do all the autograph sessions. And we are, by doing that, you have the action figures put on you and the things in the books and trading cards and things like that. So it's been a great run. And so, like I said, I've been blessed. I pinch myself. I look in the mirror every day and pinch myself and say, did I really get paid for doing this?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and we've been talking about the old school wrestling back, and making all these themes and everything, but we love wrestling. We still watch it to this day, and you clearly do too. How do you feel about the current product, the current WWE product, or maybe even branching off and say stuff like Lucha Underground, just the current wrestling scene in general?
Well, I really enjoyed it. I'm not just saying it because I'm on the Legends contract with them, which people think that's what you say if you are, but you know what? One of my favorites is AJ Styles, of course. A quick story on AJ. When WCW went out of business and Vince bought it, a lot of us didn't go with the WWE at the time. And we started a company called the XWF out of Universal Studios.
I have a DVD.
Well, let me tell you something. If you look on there, 5 of the episodes, AJ Styles was on there because who saw AJ before everybody else? The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. But I always thought he was something special back then. And this is years and years ago. And so now to see him being featured with the WWE, it really thrills me. But I like Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens is great. Of course, when you mix it in there with Jericho and Cesaro and Sheamus and all those guys, it turns out good. And all the kids in the Shield. I think all of them singly have really stepped up to the plate too. And so I think they've got great product. The girls, I mean, the ladies, they're getting a great push now.
Yeah.
So I think over the years to come, I think one day they'll be in here probably saying what I did. What are you doing now after 30 years in the wrestling business, And so, but it's still fun watching it. We watch, in my beach bar, we watch Raw on Monday nights, SmackDown on Tuesday nights, and, of course, the pay-per-views. So it's been a great run for me, and it's going to be a great run for these kids.
Absolutely. We're stoked for the future of that, and stoked to have you in town. Why exactly are you in town today, Jimmy?
Well, you know what? My good friend Bob called me up here, and, he's got the most beautiful homes. If you ever want a pretty cool-looking home, which I'm thinking about, if I ever get out of my beach bar, I might have to come down to Daytona and build me one. But Footed Homes, of course, and they've got some of the greatest masterpieces. I was looking through one of the magazines the other day, on the plane coming up here, believe this or not. And Bob had sent me one of the magazines. He had a lot of his homes in there, and I was looking at a special home on that. But they make the homes that are special. And you know what's good? I think on the 15th of December, they got a big open house they're going to be talking a lot more about lately. But when you go to an open house and you look at everything, they're not all their salespeople aren't pressuring you. You don't walk around like if you go to a clothing store, sometimes they go, "Can I help you?" No, I just want to look. And 2 seconds later, "You sure I can't help you?" "Well, I'm just kind of looking." "Well, this really look good on you." "I'm just looking." Well, what's so good about his place over there? You get to walk in, you look around. If you got something you want to ask them about, they have plenty of people that you can talk to them about the homes, but they don't pressure you. But the homes are awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a couple of years ago, Ric Flair was in town. Bob brought him up as well for Maui Madness, and I understand you're going to be involved in that as well?
Yes, and you know what? There's a young lady that's on there that's very, very good, Mariah, and she's got a brand new album that's coming out shortly in the next I think right after Christmas. I think she's going to be one of the performers on there. And I think one of the gentlemen at the station that came in a while ago that was friends of a manager for one of the groups was the group Striker that she's going to be touring with too. But this girl's got a really, really, really good voice, especially for her age.
Yeah, absolutely. Bob's always hooking it up. Footed Homes, great organization. They build the best houses. Maui Madness is always a ton of fun.
Oh, it's a great time
every
out
single
there.
year. I mean, we had Buff Bagwell, we had Scott Steiner in the house at this past one, a couple NFL players as well. So it's always a good time. And Jimmy, thanks so much for popping in. This is really cool to have you in Fargo. I suppose it's been a while since you've been to Fargo, right?
Well, back in the day, of course, it was WWF back then. But maybe 3 times a year, we would do the little tour through Minneapolis, and then we'd go to Duluth, and then we'd come up to Fargo. And I remember it was so cold in Fargo one time. You got to say, "How cold was it?" No, I'm just kidding. But we couldn't get the door to the little plane closed.
It froze.
It did. It was snowing, freezing, and everything else. But like I said, Footed Homes, they've got great homes that these guys build, and you got to see them. And they're all different. I was talking to Bob the other day, and he says, they've never built 2 homes just alike. People, you get your homes built special here. So, and Maui Madness is coming up. So, you're my U-Haul brothers. Maybe we can have a big tag team match next time I come in town.
I hope so. You're going to manage us to the top, man. We got to call Triple H. We got to get into the show.
Future NXT superstar.
I hope so.
I love it. Let's go with it, baby.
All right, Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. It is great to have you here, man. Thanks so much for popping in. Hope you enjoy your stay in Fargo.
Thank you, guys.